Hello, Seagulls. Thank you for joining me today. Well, we made it to December. Back in August, we welcomed students to campus for fall classes after many months of preparation by our COVID-19 task force, faculty, and staff. And this week, we became the only University System of Maryland institution to have our students return following Thanksgiving break. The end of the semester is in sight. As we await more test results from this week, I am pleased to report that our results from Tuesday's test are in just early this morning, and our positivity rate is below 1%. Even as we continue to see positivity increase across the nation, it seems that you all remained vigilant over the holiday, and more importantly, those that were sick stayed home. I want to thank you for doing your part to help keep our campus safe. I will take this opportunity to remind you again that if you're sick, please do not come to campus, and please do notify campus health. I'm very grateful to our SU community for your dedication to keeping our COVID-19 positivity rates among the lowest in Maryland throughout this semester. You have been diligent in wearing face masks, physically distancing, avoiding large gatherings, participating in monthly testing, and quarantining and isolating whenever it's necessary. Your efforts prove that these processes work. A couple of notes about testing. Thanks to those returning to campus who already got tested this week as required. Those who don't have an SU COVID test result on file with Campus Health by Monday, December 7th, will lose access to all campus facilities, including academic buildings, residence halls, the commons, and recreational facilities. We want to get everyone tested. So if you missed your appointment, you can still show up today or tomorrow. If you never scheduled an appointment, you can still sign up and get tested today or tomorrow at Mag's Gym. If you have any questions at all about testing, email covidtesting@salisbury.edu and we'll get your questions answered. Now, regarding the testing location, due to the cold weather, outdoor testing is suspended for the rest of the semester. Testing for the rest of this week will be in Mag's Gym. We're testing everybody, so we need the space. But after this week, testing for the rest of December will be in Holloway Hall Great Hall. Students and employees can now view their campus clearance status and see a history of their SU COVID-19 tests on GullNet. Just log in, and all of this is on your private homepage. I also wanted to let you know that SU has a supply of free face masks for students, faculty, and staff. Please look for dispensers at the Guerreri Student Union info desk, the Academic Commons circulation desk, and other locations. One last note regarding athletics. Yesterday, the Coast to Coast Athletic Conference announced the cancellation of all its regular conference games and conference championships for the fall and winter seasons. This impacts our basketball, cross-country, field hockey, indoor track and field, soccer, and volleyball teams. The C2C conference will allow institutions to schedule non-conference contests following all local and state guidelines. So, SU will continue to explore the possibilities of safely scheduling games and matches for fall and winter sports during the spring semester. That is, if we can find any schools willing to take on the mighty Seagulls. Okay, at this time, I will take your questions. Eli, what's come in?
Thanks, Dr. Wight. The first question is about returning after Thanksgiving break. Why did you feel as though, and why did the university's administration feel as though it was important to return after Thanksgiving?
Well, SU is well known for our high-touch, personalized educational experience, and we wanted to keep that going for students. But perhaps more importantly, our community showed all semester long that we could keep the positivity rates down to 1 or 2%, lower than the county, lower than the state, lower than most places. And you did that, and the early indications are that you took care of yourselves over Thanksgiving, and we'll be able to finish out the rest of the semester So we're going to do it.
The next question is about the testing locations. When students and employees go to be tested at Mag's Gym and the Great Hall and Holloway Hall, will they be able to use any entrance?
No. The entrances for testing are well marked. They are on the outside of the building, so there are no interior entrances to the testing center. On Mag's Gym, the entrance and exits are on the west side of the building, and you can just go to the west side of Mag's Gym, and they're very clearly marked which one is the entrance and which is the exit. We'll also, when we move to the Great Hall in Holloway Hall after this week, we'll have exterior entrances for the testing center.
Dr. Wight, recently the CDC has come out with new recommendations regarding quarantine length. Does the university plan to change its policy or procedures regarding the length of time that someone's in quarantine once they've been identified as a close contact?
So we make our university policy based on not only CDC guidance, but also guidance from the state of Maryland, the University System of Maryland, and the Wacomico County Health Department. So we have to take all of these things into account. I can tell you we are not anticipating any immediate changes to our policy at this time.
Dr. Wight, what about some concern regarding students being told that their class would be in one form, one modality, and then finding out that the modality was changed?
So it is true that faculty have made some decisions to move their classes online temporarily or online for the rest of the semester. This is done for a variety of public health reasons, and we afford faculty the choice of how to teach their courses. When we made the early decisions this semester, we gave faculty choices of how to teach and students choices of how to learn, and we tried to meet somewhere in the middle. It doesn't always work out perfectly for everybody, but I'd say overall we've done a pretty good job of keeping everybody happy in the modality of our teaching this semester.
Dr. Wight, this person talks about seeing photos and hearing from others that there are no lines and no wait times at the testing center, but they experienced a little bit of a wait when they were there at 7:15 in the morning for their test.
Yeah. So when I went for my test on Tuesday, there was no line, but I understand that sometimes it gets a little bit backed up, especially early in the morning. So if you have a COVID test scheduled, or if you're just going to get a test, then please don't show up before 7:30 in the morning, and we'll be able to avoid that morning rush.
And that's because the first appointments are not until 7:30, is that correct?
Yeah, don't show up early.
Okay. All right, that does it for our questions today, Dr. Wight. Thank you.
All right. I would like to end today by thanking our employees who have gone above and beyond this semester. Our faculty have worked hard to continue providing the excellent SU education that SU is known for under very challenging circumstances. Our staff have been working hard to make our campus safe, from enhancing cleaning procedures, to installing new safety equipment, to staffing testing sites, to developing apps, to communicating ever-changing information, and answering innumerable questions. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Thank you. As we move into the final days of classes this fall, please continue to stay safe and finish the semester strong. I'll see you back here again next Thursday. Bye, everybody.